Over 47 years, 50 plus animated entries, and more giant robots than your wallet can handle. Since the original RX-78-2 first stepped onto screens in 1979, Gundam has exploded from a struggling TV show into a global phenomenon. The franchise that has sold over 700 million Gunpla kits, that's enough plastic to circle the Earth several times over, with more than 2,500 unique model designs to choose from. Whether you're building your first high grade or hunting down a rare master grade, the sheer scale of the hobby is massive. But it's not just on our shelves. With over 250 video games spanning every console from the original NES to the PC and or phone you're using right now, the ways to engage with this universe are endless. Whether you're a UC purist, a Witch from Mercury newcomer, or you're just here for the brand new 2026 GQuuuuuuX, or the cinematic masterpiece Hathaway, the sorcery of Nymph Circe. The question is always the same. Where do I even start? Today, we're breaking down every single Gundam timeline into one ultimate roadmap. Let's dive in. First up, the Universal Century UC. This is the original 1979 timeline, the bedrock of the entire franchise. What started as a revolutionary take on the giant robot genre has grown into a massive, multi-generational space opera. If you want the true history of Gundam, this is where it lives. To understand the UC, you have to look at it like a real-world history book. Here is the chronological path from the earliest origins to the final collapse in 3 parts. 1. The One-Year War Era, Foundation. This is where it all begins. The year is Universal Century 0079. Humanity has moved into space, but peace is a memory. This is the One-Year War, a conflict so massive it redefined the human race. It's a spark that ignited a 47-year legacy. UC 006879 Gundam, The Origin 2015, the prequel. Watch this to see how a young boy named Casval became the legendary Char Aznable. Note, purists consider this a slight alternate canon because it changes some early tech history. UC 0079 Mobile Suite Gundam 1979, the 0079 original. This is where the war begins. Everything in the franchise flows from here. UC 0079 Kukuru's Dones Island, 2022, a high-budget movie retelling of a lost episode. It fits perfectly, right after the Federation leaves Earth in the original series. UC 0079 GQuuuuuX, 2025, the alternate UC anomaly. It starts right here in the original war, but shifts the timeline. Imagine Zeon winning and Char stealing the Gundam. UC 07908 CIC MS Team, 1996. Realism at its peak. Jungle warfare, limited resources, and grunt pilots just trying to survive. UC 0079 MS Igloo, 2004. A CGI look at the hidden side of the war, specifically the experimental tech Zeon was desperate to test. UC 0079 Requiem for Vengeance, 2024, the Netflix CGI series. A dark, gritty look at the war through the eyes of Zeon pilots on the front. UC 0079 Thunderbolt, 2015. High-octane, jazz-fueled destruction in the Thunderbolt sector. It's beautiful and brutal. UC 0080 War in the Pocket, 1989. A heartbreaking OVA. It proves that in war, there are no good guys, only victims. 2. The Grips conflict and Neo-Zeon wars. From here, you move into the core arc, the Golden Trilogy. Zeta, Z, and the cinematic climax, Char's counterattack. This isn't just a sequel. It's an evolution into a complex web of shifting loyalties and grey morality. UC 0083 Stardust Memory, 1991, the bridge. It explains how the Federation went from heroes to the villains you see in the next series. UC0087 Zeta Gundam, 1985. The Empire Strikes Back. Darker, more complex, and widely considered the best TV series in the timeline. Note, avoid the new translation movies for your first watch. They change the ending and break the timeline for the next 2 shows. UC0088 Gundam ZZ, 1986. A direct sequel to Zeta. It starts off light-hearted but ends in a massive, tragic showdown. UC0093 Char's Counterattack, 1988. The finale of the Amuro and Char saga, a cinematic masterpiece that ends an era. 3. The post-war and late UC era. This is the modern face of Gundam. We've moved past the original rivalry, but the ghosts of the past are still everywhere. This era is defined by massive production values and god-tier mobile suit tech. UC0096 Gundam Unicorn 2010, a high-budget love letter to fans. It ties together every mystery from the previous 20 years of shows. UC0096 Twilight Axis 2017. A brief, artistic side story about 2 former Zeon members returning to the ruins of Axis. UC0096 Silver Phantom 2024. The interactive VR movie. You don't just watch this one, you step inside the UC world. Note, this features multiple endings based on your choices. UC0097 Gundam Narrative NT 2018. Dealing with the fallout of the miracles seen in Unicorn. UC0105 Mobile Suit Gundam Hathaway 2021. The beginning of the end. Hathaway Noah, the son of a legendary Federation hero, has become the leader of the anti-Federation group MAFD. This film is famous for its visceral, terrifying nighttime combat and for making you feel the true scale of a mobile suit from a civilian's perspective. In early 2026, this film was recut into an episodic TV version to prepare fans for the sequel. UC0105 Hathaway, the Sorcery of Nymph Circe, 2026. The massive second chapter that just hit theatres in January 2026. This film doubles down on the drama and introduces the Circe unit, an elite Federation task force designed specifically to hunt Hathaway. UC0105 Hathaway Part 3, upcoming. The finale of the trilogy. While the first 2 films have set the stage, the third is expected to adapt the heartbreaking conclusion of Yoshiyuki Tomino's original novels. UC0123 Gundam F91, 1991. A jump forward in time, smaller suits, new enemies, and a fresh start for the timeline. UC0153 Victory Gundam, 1993. The final major televised war of the UC. It's infamous for being one of the darkest entries ever made. UC0223 G Savior 2000, the furthest point in the UC timeline. A live-action curiosity that most fans treat as a what-if, separate from the main anime canon. Whether you follow the real history or the 2026 alternate branch in GQuuuuuX, the Universal Century remains the gold standard for sci-fi storytelling. The alternate universes. If the Universal Century is a history book, the alternate universes AU are the What If library. These shows aren't connected to the original 1979 timeline, which means you can jump into any of these without knowing a single thing about Amuro or Char. I've broken the franchise down into 6 clear pillars. 1. The Cosmic Era, CE, the modern Titan. If you want the most popular, high drama, flashy timeline outside of the original UC, welcome to the Cosmic Era. This is the world of coordinators, genetically enhanced humans, and the naturals who fear them. It's a timeline defined by beautiful pilots, iconic Wings of Light mobile suits, and some of the best music in anime history. CE 71 Gundam Seed 2000 to 2003. The Foundation. It's a modern retelling of the original 1979 story, but with a focus on the tragic friendship between Kira Yamato and Atheron Zala. This series saved the franchise in the early 2000s and remains a fan favourite. CE 71. Gundam Seed Astray 2004. The blue-collar side of the war. These OVAs and manga follow a group of junk tech scavengers. If you've seen those white and red suits with the massive katanas in hobby shops, this is where they come from. CE 73. Gundam Seed Stargazer 2006. A short, experimental OVA. It's a darker, more grounded look at the CE timeline, focusing on a deep space research team caught in the middle of the war. CE 73. Gundam Seed Destiny 2004-2005. The direct sequel to the original Seed. It introduces a new protagonist, Shin Asuka, and escalates the war to a global scale. It's controversial, high energy, and features some of the coolest suit upgrades in the franchise. CE 75 Gundam Seed Freedom 2024. The cinematic event of a generation. After 20 years of waiting, the story of Kira and Larkus finally reached its climax. Until the 2026 Hathaway sequel, this was the highest-grossing film in Gundam history. It's pure fan service, incredible animation, and a perfect final bow for the Seed cast. CE 75 Gundam Seed Freedom 2026. The brand new spin-off series focusing on the elite Justice peacekeeping units. It bridges the gap between the movie's ending and the new status quo of the cosmic era world. 2. The heavy hitters. Now we're moving into the heavy hitters. These aren't just good shows. They are the global powerhouses that keep the lights on at Bandai Anno Domini Gundam 00, 2007-2010. Set in our actual real-world calendar. It follows Celestial Being, a group that uses Gundams to stop a war through absolute force. It's slick, political, and incredibly high budget. Post-disaster Iron-Blooded Orphans, 2015. The brutal Gundam. No beam rifles here, just heavy metal, maces, and melee combat. It follows Tekkadan, a group of child soldiers fighting for their own place in a harsh universe. Ad Stella, the Witch from Mercury, 2022. The newest sensation. It features the franchise's first female TV protagonist, Soletta Mercury, and moves the action to a high-stakes corporate academy. Perfect for newcomers. 3. The cult classics. If you're looking for something with a bit more flavour, we have the cult classics. These are the shows that took the Gundam formula and smashed it into different genres. After Colony Gundam Wing, Endless Waltz, 1995-1997. The 90s Legend. This is the series that brought Gundam to the West via Toonami. If you love boy band style pilots and edgy iconic suits like Wing Zero, this is your home. Future Century Mobile Fighter, G Gundam, 1994. Forget war drama. This is a martial arts tournament in space. Gundams are used as athletes representing different countries in the Gundam fight. It's pure, over-the-top fun. After War Gundam X, 1996, a post-apocalyptic take. Set after a war that actually did destroy the world, it follows a scavenger who finds a legendary Gundam with a satellite cannon that can level cities. 4. The artistic timeline. These are the experimental projects where the creators really let their imaginations run wild. Correct Century Gundam, Turn A, 1999. Featuring designs by Hollywood legend Sid Mead, Blade Runner. It's a beautiful, pastoral series that technically acts as the final destination where all Gundam timelines eventually meet. Reguild Century Reconquista in G, 2014. Set long after the UC era has ended. It's highly stylized, fast-paced, and directed by the original creator, Yoshiyuki Tomino. Advanced Generation Gundam Age, 2011. An epic that spans 100 years. You follow 3 generations of the same family, grandfather, father and son, as they evolve their Gundam to fight an evolving alien threat. The meta and build universes. If you're less interested in space politics and more interested in the hobby, welcome to the build era. These aren't war stories, they are the Toy Story of Gundam. Set in a world where fans build, customize, battle real-life Gunpla in high-tech simulators, these shows are for the model building community. The original Spark Gunpla Builders Beginning G, 2010. This is the OVA. It proved there was a massive audience for watching regular people build and fight with their kits. The gold standard build, Fighters Try, 2013-14. The peak of the Gunpla battle genre where your custom creativity is your greatest weapon. The Digital Frontier Build Divers Re-Rise, 2018-19. These series move the action into a VR MMO world. While it starts light, Re-Rise eventually turns her into one of the most surprisingly emotional stories. The 10-year celebration Build Metaversal, 2023. A high-budget special that brings together the heroes from every build series for one massive anniversary showdown. SD Gundam, super deformed. Finally, we have the SD universe. If the master grade suits are too serious for you, the SD is where things get weird, cute, surprisingly epic. These are chibi versions of your favourite suits, often placed in historical or fantasy parodies. The 3D Pioneer SD Gundam Force, 2003. A full 3D CGI adventure that was a staple for many younger fans in the early 2000s. The Dynasty War SD Sangakuden, 2010. A brilliant retelling of the romance of the Three Kingdoms, but with Gundams as the legendary Chinese generals. The Global Crossover SD World Heroes, 2021. This is the ultimate mashup. Imagine the Strike Freedom as a knight and the RX-78-2 as a samurai, all teaming up to save the multiverse. The gaming legend SDG Generation, 1998-2026. While primarily a long-running video game series, this is the absolute best way to see every single Gundam in the franchise's 47-year history interact in one massive crossover story. So, there you have it. 47 years of history, 50+ series, and a roadmap that covers every corner of the multiverse. Whether you're diving into the what-if world, feeling the grit of the Universal Century, or just trying to figure out which model Kit Gundam is going to bankrupt your wallet next, you're officially ready to pilot. The beauty of Gundam in 2026 is that there is no wrong place to start. Pick a suit that looks cool, find its timeline, and launch. I'll see you in the stars. Peace out.